Hello friends, welcome to Tackle. Today we are going to learn about the basic of C#.NET which will be helpful for our .NET framework. So let's begin. First, I have opened Visual Studio 2019. Now this basic of C# would be on the console application. So first create a new project. Click on create new project. Then from here you have to choose C Sharp all platform console, and you will get this two option, .NET Core and .NET Framework. You have to go for .NET Framework as we are working with .NET Framework first. Then next, then here you can give any name, demo app. Then you can also change the path of your application. Let me just show you. Okay, so you can from here change the path of your application. I am also changing my path. Then again come to the Visual Studio and create. Yeah, you have to choose framework 4.7. So this is my Visual Studio project looks like. This is the project structure. The name of my project is demo app, and the name of the package or the name of the namespace. Package is a collection of classes, methods, right? So package equals to namespace. You can term it as namespace or package. So in C sharp or in .NET it is termed as namespace, but in other technologies it is termed as a package. Now this is my application demo app. This is the main class which contains main method. You might have an idea about this. This is my program.cs file. Now this is my app.config file from where I can config my framework and all, which is none of our concern for now. Then this is the references that what sort of packages are there, are used in this current application, or what this application references, right? Now these are properties, assembly info. From here to you can set property of this application. Okay, so now let's begin with our actual programming. So we are going to learn about the basics of C sharp. So what we are going to learn today is class, fields, properties and behavior. Now class is something that represents the entity of the real world. For say if I want to create student management system application, then student is my entity, right? So I have to create a class which is named as student or which represents the student entity, right? Now let's go to fields. Now fields are something that depicts the characteristics of an entity. Suppose student. So student have their name, their roll number, their marks, their percentage, their attendance, and many more things, right? So these all are lies under the fields. Now what is properties? To make these fields accessible throughout the application, like in entire application, in all the class of my application, if I want to make use of these fields, then I have to create property for the fields. For each field there is one property. Then what is behavior? Behavior, that means how this class is going to behave. All the methods like add marks, add student, and all. So this would be methods or behavior of that particular class. So this is my Visual Studio. Now right click on the project name. So right click, go to add new item, and after that you will able to see something like this, and from where you have to add class, name it as student, keep the class name, keep the first letter of the class name capital. It is not important to do so, but if you do, it will be helpful to you in future. So, and I'm adding. So my student class has been added. Now I am right now creating any two fields, integer roll number and string name. Now these both are by default private. That means these both are only accessible within this class and not outside this class. So what I have to do, I have to create a property. So what you have to do, um, for creating property, it needs to be public, then it needs to be of the data type, it needs to be same as the data type of our fields. So integer, public integer, and roll number. Get return roll number and set roll number equals to value. Some important points needs to be in your mind is are, first of all, the property type needs to be same as the type of your field. Suppose I am creating a property for roll number field, then it should be of type integer, and the name needs to be different than the field name. If we try to keep roll number, then it is showing me some error. The type student contains, means the type roll number is there. So we need to give different name to this. Now I'm now get is used to get the value from this field, and set is used to set value to this field. So this property is something like a mediator or some uh, API between your user input and the field, the private field of your class, right? Likewise, I'm creating a property for name, so public string pname, get return name, and set name is equals to value. So I have created a property. Now let me create one constructor, or no, let me just create one public void show some method that display the name of the property, the name of the student. So console dot write line is used to print the value 0, 1, roll number, and name. Okay, so this 0 represents the roll number, and this one represents the name. Now again, let me go to the main method where I have to create instance or object for this student class is equals to new student, and I'm adding data. So student dot roll number is equals to 1, and student dot um p name is equals to abc, and student dot show console.read key line is used to persist your output for the long time. Now I am running this application, so from here you can start execution of this application. So you can see we have this name and roll number. Okay. Now I'm stopped running the application. Now the next thing that we are going to learn is the another concept called collection. Collection is something like array, but in array is used with some specific size. That array needs to be of this size, right? And array only allows us to enter primitive types like integer, string, right? Suppose I want to make an array of student class which we have created just now. So what could I do for that? So for that I have to create this concept, right? So collection is of two type. These two are the types of it. So what is the definition for collections? It is used to store any type of data. Even it allows us to store data with no size limit, as it grows and shrink automatically based on the data entered. Whatever data we are entering, it will grow automatically. We do not need to specify the size for the collections. So let me go to my Visual Studio. Now, collections list of student. List is one subclass of this superclass. See, this is the package for our new concept, and this list is the subclass of this particular class. So this is the list is a instance for this particular package, right? One of the part of this package, this one. List is equals to new. We have to instantiate it. Now student dot roll number is equals to 1. Student dot name is equals to no, we have this student class already, right? So what we'll do is we have this student, right? So we have to add it. So list dot add student. So student object would be added. If I try to add integer value in it, it won't allow me to do so. For that, we will be creating a non-generic one, right? This is the one where we have to add any particular type which we have specified in this braces, in this bracket, right? Now list.add student we have added. Now I want to add another student, so I have to create object of this student class. So let name it as student 1, roll number is 2, and again let me add this student list dot add student 1. Now I want to add the third one, so each time I have to create this student object. But what if I don't want to do this? So I will go to student, I will create constructor parameterized one, public student integer roll number comma string name. Now this this dot roll number is equals to roll number. This uh, keyword is used to represent the current class field, which is this roll number, this one. Then name, this dot name is equals to name. So I have created this constructor now in program.cs main function. But if we create parameterized constructor, we have to create one empty constructor too. If we don't create this one, then in main some error would be there that this particular constructor is not there in the student class. So we have to create one empty constructor if we want to create parameterized one, right? Now over here in list dot add. So the previous, in this two, what we have done, we have created object of this student class each time we want to add, but here now we are creating object in the parameter of the add method. So list dot add new student roll number 3 and name as usual ABC. Okay, and now using for loop for each student as in list, I want to print the data console.log console.writeline 0 1 comma s dot roll number comma s dot name. Let me just comment this show method, and now I'm running this application. So you can, so here you can see 1 2 3 ABC ABC ABC. Now let me just stop running it. Now, as I have shown you here that if I try to add integer value, then that will throw an error. So now what we are doing, we will create one class with random type, right? So again, right click on your application, add. See, you have to follow this step. Right click on application, add new item, and there you have to add class, generic class. This is what I am naming, generic class. So my class has been created. I am passing this T over here. Now what is this T? This T represents that this class is of type generic, right? That means this class can accept any type of data. So I am here taking one field of type T field 1. So here I'm taking one field of type T and I'm creating a property for it. So public T field property field 1 get return field 1 and set field 1 value only, just value. Okay. Now also I'm creating one constructor, public generic class of which have parameter of type T. If I create this, I have to create one non-parameterized constructor. Now field 1 is equals to P1 and I am showing this data void show public void show console.writeLine field 1. Now in the program.cs file, let me just comment all this code. Okay, now let me create one instance of this class which takes integer value from now. Int object is equals to new generic class of integer. Integer object dot, let me just here add value 1 and int object dot show this is about the integer. Likewise, I am doing this for float. F object. Let me just pass the value 1.0 F. This is of type float. And now this is F object dot show. Now I am running this application. But let me create another of string type. Hello. Stay safe. And here S object dot show. So now I have run this application. We can see we have integer, float and string, these three with the same class. So this way we can have different parameters over here with class. Even if in method you can have something like this as well. So I'll be posting all the documents on my GitHub. The link has been there below the video. So I hope you guys have liked it. If yes, then like it and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.